to the men that are in the audience. I'll start with the same advice as the kids. Delete the apps off your phone that are useless. Get rid of them. Get rid of the video game apps. Get rid of the Netflix app, the Amazon video player app. Whatever app you have that you use for entertainment, it should be off your device. It should not be there. From now, don't say 1st of Ramadan, alhamdulillah, at least I can finish season 5. Don't do that. Be done with it. Be done with it. No more. No more. Allah Azza wa Jal does not like people who hear a reminder and then they ignore it. And they tell themselves they'll change later. He doesn't like those people. Allah Azza wa Jal describes those people sometimes in very harsh language. People who hear a reminder and they ignore it. وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ ذُكِّرَ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِ فَأَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا. Who could be more wrong? Who could be a worse wrongdoer than someone who was reminded of the ayat of his master and he ignored them? He just went ahead. وَنَسِيَ مَا قَدَّمَتْ يَدَاهُ. He forgot whatever's in front of him. In other words, he was irresponsible even though he or she was reminded. So take it seriously. Get rid of the entertainment input. We have to take in the word of Allah, the advice of our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam this month. So that means we have to stop the corrupt input. We have to put that to a halt. Even if you can't stop that for your whole life, at least respect this month enough. That's my first advice to the men. The second advice to the men is don't have long nights. If you are coming here for Taraweeh and you're making extra salawat, but you're not waking up for Fajr, or you're like, oh, I'll miss the suhoor, it's okay, I had a long night. You're missing the point. The fundamental prayers are Fajr and Isha at the masjid. That's your first goal for Ramadan. When you are meeting that goal, then you add other things. Don't socialize after Taraweeh is done. If you're going to come here, it doesn't matter if you come here for 8 or 20 or 4 or 6, I don't care. But if you come here and you're done with prayers, go home and go to sleep. Don't go home and invite people and 2 in the morning you're up and then you barely wake up for suhoor or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have time, be here for Fajr. And when you're here for Fajr, you say, well, no, I'm just going to stay up all night and come to Fajr. That way I won't miss it. But that way when you're standing here, you're sleeping when you're standing here. You want to have a real salat. The point isn't just to make it to the masjid and stand there. The point is to be able to have khushu' with Allah. Get proper sleep at night and get here in time for salat and enjoy the Fajr. Make it a goal this year when Allah says وَلِتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةِ, that you should complete the count, that the men in this audience and your boys that are 12 and older especially, bring them with you Fajr and Isha every day. Bring them with you. That's your goal this Ramadan. You're going to make this Ramadan count. That's how you should think. When some of you are commuting, you're coming from different masjids, whatever masjid is close to you, whatever musalla is close to you, Fajr and Isha, Fajr and Isha, Fajr and Isha. Why? Because the Rasul of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us that if someone makes the prayer of Fajr and Isha and Fajr in Jama'ah, then it's like they prayed the entire night. And why would we miss out on being counted for praying the entire night in the month of Ramadan? And can you imagine? The Laylatul Qadr will come in that too. So even if you didn't catch Laylatul Qadr, you caught it by virtue of the words of the Prophet ﷺ because you made Fajr and Isha in the masjid. Why would you miss on that opportunity? So make that a point. This is going to be a special month for all of us. Let's put ourselves to work. Let's change ourselves. Let's really make it special so Allah sees we make a special occasion for ourselves and our families to take care of the month of Ramadan. So Allah says, وَلِتُكْبِلُوا الْعِدَّةِ. Then He says, وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. So that you can declare Allah's greatness the way He guided you, based on how He guided you. Now this means many things, but at least one thing I'll highlight to you by means of an example. If I was an employee, if I just got a job, and my job was maybe 2 things I have to do. I have to answer the phone, I have to answer the emails. That's my only job. That's all I have to do. And I decide, well, maybe I should, maybe I should make some photocopies, maybe I should help out in the front desk or whatever. I don't do my real job, I just start doing this extra stuff. And my boss comes back and says, why aren't you answering the phone? Oh, I thought this was kind of important too, and that was important too. You think I'm going to keep my job? No. I was hired for a very particular reason. My priorities, I don't decide what the priority is. They're already given to me by my boss. My boss tells me this is the most important thing, this is the most important thing. Whatever he says is important is important. Whatever he says is not important is not important. He decides, I don't decide. Why am I saying that? Because we declare Allah's greatness. Allah is greater, and Allah sets the priorities based on how He guided us. عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. You and I don't decide what the priorities are. For some people, the only priority in Ramadan, the only priority is fasting. Sometimes the only priority is socializing. Whose iftar are we going to tonight? That's the only priority. Who sets the priorities? What makes this month important? If you don't get to go to anybody's house in Ramadan and you still do your prayers right, you fix yourself, you get closer to Allah's book, then you've got the right set of priorities.